All right. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It has been a happy Tuesday for me because we relaunched a big thing at work and it's going okay. And I was up late working on it. And so that's kind of nice to be able to kick off a little bit early and get ready for this. Hello, Beast. Welcome, welcome. Captain. Hello. How's everybody doing? As you can see in this reflection, got some sunny blue sky out there. Thank you for the cheer, Frederick. Congrats, yes. Gonna be in and out making dinner. What are you making? If you don't mind me asking. We had a quick dinner. Oh, I mean, we usually eat early-ish anyway because I have a 6-year-old. But ate about an hour ago, so everything on lemon chicken and rice sounds delicious. We also had rice because we made some potato and pea curry as well as some sweet potato curry. Had a nice mix. That sounds yummy. Let me just double check something on the stream real quick. Okay, so yes, we are here. We have hit 200 followers. We actually hit 200 followers in the last stream. And as promised, I want to do some little giveaways. Just kind of as a little thanks that people actually tune in, which is fun. So I have a few things down here to give away. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen some of them in my Instagram story earlier. I have a few different sets of switches. I've also got some keycaps, and then the big one is a Synth 60 keyboard that I want to give away. And then I've got even more things to give away at some other point stacked up over there. So I thought, I didn't necessarily want to be like in the middle of building something while trying to do giveaways. So I thought, I think I stole this idea from Naveed, actually. Naveed the Keep guy, if you don't follow him. Those streams are always fun. But I think it was him who did like a keyboard collection showcase fairly recently, and I thought that might be kind of fun to do, kind of like go through my history with the hobby, at least the boards that I still have, at least, and that I'm not planning on selling, which are kind of in a different stack. But I mean, if time allows, maybe we could look at some of those too, but just kind of look through some of these, talk about what I like, what I don't like, maybe like my experience with them at different points in the hobby, and see how it goes. But at some point, yeah, we'll be doing some giveaways. What will the giveaway be? There are 5 giveaways, actually. Oh, well, that was a quick transition. We have some Prevail Epsilons, 90 of these. We have Prevail Nebulas, 90 of these. Thanks for the resub, Frederick. And we have some Athleon Runners, 90 of these. So these are both linear. These are tactiles, and I can give more stats on them when we actually get to that point. We'll be giving away a set of Cap Wob. We have the base kit. We have the novelties, I think are in here. Novelties. And then we also have the Mac kit. Be giving these away all together in a bundle, not separately. And then probably closer to the end, we will be giving away the Synth 60. So maybe we'll take a look at that closer to giveaway time. But I figured I'd get started a little bit, let some people trickle in. Before we actually do any giveaways for real. So, if you are unfamiliar with how we do giveaways here, or haven't won something here before, you can always do Exclamation point. Rules. The rules are as follows. You must be a follower to win. Shipping inside the continental US, sorry. That's just to save myself the hassle. But of course, if you have a forwarder with a US address, do with that what you will. Switches will ship for free. But if you win the keyboard, I will be asking you to pay for the shipping for that. But switches on their own it's a paltry sum. So I just tend to ship those for free because I don't care. So those are the rules when we get to giveaway time. But first, let us begin at the beginning of the keyboard showcase here. Not this, which we'll get to that. This was early on, but we'll get to that in due time. Let me actually look at my database here to know the exact order of things. So, if you're ready for... I got these at around the same time, so I kind of count them as my first boards. But if you want to blast from the past... Whoops, hold on. Get my cable not all bunched up. One of my first actual boards was this gem. This is a Keychron K1 with, as you can see here, some low-profile blue switches. And actually, let me pause the music so you can hear that. And for somebody who's just starting out with the concept of mechanical, you can see some shine there. This got a lot of use. I thought this was hot shit. Keychron K4 was your first? Yeah, I mean, Keychron is still not bad at all. I'm not as familiar with what they offer these days as I was initially. But yeah, like a slim, battery-powered, Bluetooth. It has like the Windows, Android, and Mac, iOS kind of switcher over here, USB-C. My mom actually made me a little felt carrying sleeve for this, because this is what I first went to. I don't know if you... This was back when I was new to the co-working space, Frederick, but I used to bring this with me. And this was kind of my go-to. I sincerely apologize to everyone else in the space, because I did not understand what blue switches meant at the time. And I actually don't know if this is hot swap or not. I don't think it is. I think everything's soldered in. It's hard to tell. I've never actually tried to dig into this before. I think they come off on the side. So I might break something, but we'll see. Whoop. Yeah, I don't know if those come out. Tyler Masters, what's up? How was your trip? Looked like fun from what little I saw on Instagram. So yes, this has still been sitting around. I may end up also donating this to my co-working space like I have a couple other boards. But I don't know if anyone will actually like the sound and feel or not, but it's an option. But so this was right around the same time as this little gem, which I would consider, since this just like came as is, this was actually my first custom board. A Tofu 65, which also has blue switches in it. It didn't come this way originally. It came with soldered in browns, but this has been, this was my first, yeah, this is, these are TTC blue switches of some kind, clickies. But, and with PBT keycaps. But this was the first thing that I actually ever modded, because it did have browns in it. You're exactly right, Masters. It did have browns in it initially. Let me put this down here. And it was all soldered in. these are the keycaps that came with it. I got that from, as you may expect, KBD fans years and years ago. I think I saw some designer I followed on Twitter, I think, had picked up a tofu, and that's how I found out about them. And they got the same kind of acrylic version, and I loved like the underglow coming through and stuff. Clickies, I know. Well, these are clickies. It came with the browns. The clickies I got in here, I think it was like I bought mystery switches from Novel Keys a long time ago. And this was part of that batch. And so, I mean, it's... Mango, what's up? Welcome. How did you end up getting pizza? I had to tune out before you got anything to eat earlier. Digesting still? Nice. So honestly, I don't hate it. But yeah, this was the first keyboard that I actually modded because I had to figure out how to make it work again because it was all soldered together and the backspace stabilizer broke inside the assembly, and I didn't know how to deal with that. Like, it was not hot swap, so my first two boards were not hot swap boards. So then I figured out what parts to buy. So I got a new PCB and a new plate. I got a hot swap setup and all that jazz. Bought new switches and stuff, and then figured out how to assemble it. Did not know how to lube stabilizers yet, so it sounded even worse at the time. But that was really my first foray into customizing a keyboard, which was really fun. I mean, beyond keycaps, because I had gotten some keycaps before. Like, I think the first set I bought that didn't come with a board was Notion, PBT Notion. But I still have a fondness for this. Actually, I'm curious if the underglow is still turned on, because I haven't used this board in years at this point. Does it work? Oh, the keys work. I guess I just didn't have the underglow turned on. Let's see. Ate one entire pizza. I didn't actually catch what kind of pizza is it that Mr. Mango doesn't like that you went with. Oh, maybe this PCB doesn't have underlighting on it. Oh yeah, the solder one did, but this one doesn't. Gotcha. Anyway, still works. I might give this one away at some point too, just as like a nice starter board for somebody. Greasy, full of toppings delivery pizza. That's the best. Is it any particular style, like New York, Chicago, Detroit, or is it just like a pan pizza, just a bog standard kind of pan greasy situation? I love a greasy pizza, I'm not gonna lie. So those are my first two boards that I ever had. He just likes Neapolitan. Oh, a man of taste. Fancy. And the rest is meh. Hey, more pizza for the rest of us. I really like if I'm going like a thinner crust, I like a nice wood-fired kind of situation. But I love Detroit style and Chicago style are probably my other two favorites. We got a good Detroit style place here that I really dig. Yeah, so those were for my first two boards. And then I actually got this. And this was interesting because this is a custom Mode 80. As you can see, let me zoom in here. If you can see in the upper right here, let me angle it. As you can see, font awesome. I actually ordered a Mode 80 for myself when the second edition of the Mode 80 went live for pre-order. And before it got to me, I got hired at Font Awesome and was given a Mode 80 to build a company Mode 80. So it was really nice. like a larger from scratch build. Like I did this when I joined the team and like visited their headquarters and built this out. And then by the time I got home, the one I had ordered for myself was there and was able to take what I'd learned and built the second edition, which was really cool. But this is the V1, and it's actually really cool because they ordered a bunch of these at once from Mode and had them laser customized, but also had the bottoms custom anodized to our company blue, as well as the plates. So we have like custom blue plates, which is really cool too. Which goes pretty, I mean, it's pretty close and it goes nicely with NK Classic Blues, which is very fun. So another early on board. This was a little bit more limited in their mounting styles back then. I think it was maybe only stack mount or something with the V1s. I should actually look. Yeah, stack. So they couldn't even do top mount and stuff back then, I don't believe, until the V2, and that opened it up a little bit more with the types of mounting they could do. What is the name of the Detroit style place you're talking about? I'm talking about Quarantino's. In Easttown. It's connected to, if you've ever been to Little Bird downtown, it's the same people who run that. Little Bird, Early Bird, and Quarantino's are all kind of run by the same folks. Anyway, it's really good. They have dine-in now. For a long time it was takeout only. They actually started during the quarantine, which makes sense, and they've stuck around. But yeah, I love their pizzas so much. On, I think it was Record Store Day. Was it Record Store Day? There was a place nearby that was having there was a record store bookstore that was doing a big birthday party, and they brought in Quarantino's pizza. And, that's a way straight to my heart. Usually have to quarantine myself to the restroom after pizza too, lactose intolerance. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I get it though. I have 2 people in my immediate family who are lactose intolerant, so I get it. Thankfully, my kiddo, at least, who is lactose intolerant, does very well with like lactate supplements. They work really well for her, so, which is good because she like loves cheese and loves like chocolate. So that's good. Naveed, what's up? Now, I was trying to remember, Naveed, was it you who recently did a keyboard showcase thing? Because I stole that idea from you if it was. I thought it might be you. It was somebody recently. And I thought that was a good idea because I don't have the build I had hoped to do ready yet. And I wanted to do some giveaways as well, so I didn't want to be like stop starting. Speaking of giveaways, maybe we should go ahead and do one. Oh, you did a poll about it, but haven't done it yet. Okay, gotcha. I knew I saw that idea somewhere, and I just yoinked it because I thought it would be a little bit fun and a good excuse for me to pull out some boards that have just kind of been chilling in storage. Not the ones I'm going to sell, but yeah, let's go ahead and do a giveaway. Let's give away some of these switches. So we're giving away 3 different switches, and we're also giving away some keycaps and a keyboard later. It's my original idea to show my collection. Yes, no one's ever thought of it before. Brand new idea. I feel like every single slice of pizza I've had in New York handily clears any GR spot. I mean, if you're like actual New York pizza in New York, that is tough to beat. I will admit. I haven't had New York style here, but yeah. It's tough. For me, it can be tough to compare styles. But there actually is a newish New York style place downtown that I'm going to try on Thursday, so I'm going to see how it is. Not the biggest deep dish fan. New York style is my favorite though. Yeah, if you can fold it and walk around with it, that's a good sign. So let's do some switches here. Yeah, I think it's called Two Suns or something. Not to be confused with Two Beards Deli, but it's like Two Suns something. Anyway, some of us at my co-working space are going to go in on it. Let's first do some Prevail switches. So these are Prevail Epsilons, the original Prevail Epsilons. So these, let me pull up the stats on them. Epsilons, these are linear. They are 68 gram. I do not, unfortunately, do not know all the materials used for the top and the bottom of the stem. These are stock. These have not been modified in any way. But if you're interested, just one more time, we'll go over the rules. You have to be a follower. Shipping inside the continental US only, but that could also go to a forwarder address, depending on how you feel. And if you win these, I will ship them to you for free. You don't have to pay anything. If you end up winning these and the keyboard, then you're going to have to pay. But so let's run it. Let me go over here. Thanks for the follow, Isuppy. Prevail Epsilons. This will be at 5 minutes. There you go. So use command or exclamation point gimme if you want to enter. This is locationism. No, it is Noah is lazyism because I don't want to do international shipping. It is me not wanting that headache. Anyway, you've got 5 minutes. Exclamation point gimme if you want to enter for some 90 Prevail Epsilon switches. People can win more than one. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. This is what I've been saying. Lactose intolerant people don't care about their lactose intolerance. I have encountered that. Some people have a very cavalier attitude toward it, and they're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat cheese, and whatever happens, happens. But unfortunately, I have to meet up with someone. Hopefully, I'll pop back in soon. Hey, no worries. Enjoy. I'm gonna sit out both the Prevails because I have them both and don't want to take the slot from someone who doesn't. Well, that's very kind of you. Do you have the original Prevails or the round 2? I'll enjoy all the cheese and whatever happens is between me and the toilet and God. Very nice. Hello, Dino. Welcome. Oh, that's nice. It does that little reminder. I didn't realize that. We've only got 2 people entered to win these switches. If you want to do it, get in. I think I have the original for both. Got them as a gift from the hobby. Very cool. Very cool. So while that runs, let me get another board here. This is what is at stake. So what is the next thing I picked up? My next board was actually a mode Sonnet, but that is packed up to be sold currently. The version 1 of the Sonnet was the first board I really went crazy customizing, so I have a lot of parts for it, but I'm gonna end up selling that at some point, so it is totally packed up. I have like green top and wood accent, I've got the white bottom, I've got a silver top, I've got a PC bottom, I've got a bunch of different colored accents and stuff. So we'll skip that one for now, maybe dig that one out later. But then I started experimenting more with interesting layouts that I liked, and I got the Protozoa Foundation. That's right. Now I have to figure out which of these cases it's in. Let's see. Might be this one. Ah, it is. So this was back when in Protozoa's heyday. So this is post stratum. which I also have a Stratum, but I'm going to sell that one as well. And this was super compelling because I'd never tried an FRL TKL before. And also, it has magnetic tops that allow you to swap. Let me grab another one here. So, this is also the first time I came in contact. I didn't get it, and I regret it every day. But it was also the first time I came into the contact with Ultem as a material because they had an Ultem top available as well. Love the XT column. Yeah, me too. So this is the Wrinkle Gray. And let me zoom in so you can see a little bit of, there you go. This was definitely the most unique chassis finish by far. And I really liked it. And I feel like it might have been a testing ground. I don't know who coded this. It might have led, I want to think there was a kernel of an idea here that led to the wrinkle coding that is on the event horizon a little bit, since that was partly developed as a Protozoa project as well, initially. But it is a stunner for sure. And I love this like gradient dyed PC top as well. And they all have the little Protozoa badge on them. And they just snap right in. Time's up. All right. Let's see who won the Prevail Epsilons. Let us pick a winner. Eastuppy! You have won the Prevail Epsilons. Are you still here? Hooray! Yeah, so yeah, DM me on Twitch, like give me a whisper or whatever, or on or Discord, whichever you prefer. And we'll get these out to you. Congrats, congrats! Let me complete. DM on both? Sure, go for it. Yeah, I know, because if it's like, sometimes Twitch Whispers do weird formatting and stuff with addresses, so whichever you feel more comfortable with. We will complete that one. Excellent. Enjoy. So yeah, this was... I'm trying to remember what I built this with. I think I got a custom plate for this, because I think it came with aluminum. Whisper, I hardly know her. Reggie, what's up, dude? We are celebrating 200 followers and going back through Noah's keyboard past a little bit here. Thank you, of course. Happy to share. So what do I have on here right now? I actually rebuilt this on stream. Oh yeah, this has my cream sodas in it. Gateron cream sodas. 200 is my favorite Gerard Butler movie. It must be a prequel to 300, right? Because they didn't have enough yet. Hey, little mama, whisper in your ear. There you go. Let me reload this here. There we go. Making sure that is working correctly. Good. So yeah, this is, I think I stole some foam in here actually because it was a little bit resonant inside, but, and I also the badge on the magnet for the badge on the bottom has come unglued and I actually need to redo that. But I know I shouldn't be surprised by Mango, always shocked somehow. But yeah, it is quite nice. And I also really liked it with Space Cadet on here. Yeah, I've been able to improve the sound a fair amount since I first got it, and dealt with the hollowness and everything. But it is quite nice, and it has a little bit of, as you can see here and here, these are like little LED diffusers, and so it does kind of shoot light off of the sides, which is cool. Actually, I'll plug it in so we can see that. It's a showcase after all. I should have picked a smaller board to be my main driver. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know. Here, let me turn on the lights. You can see a little bit of that on the hand right now. There's still enough ambient light coming in that it's not going to be super strong. There you go, you can see. Kind of nice, subtle diffusion off the sides that just kind of spills out. Although you can definitely see some through here. Like there isn't much blocking it coming through the top, but it's still a nice little touch. I like it. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan. And this was also where I first started falling in love with FRL TKLs as a layout. Because it's like, I'm not using the FRO much, really. I mean, like here at least, you know, with the Font Awesome caps I helped design, we were able to actually, you know, map out some typical Mac OS style macros and actually have, you know, media controls and all that kind of stuff more plainly noted. But like most of the time, I'm not using those. FRL TKL is the absolute best layout. I'm inclined to agree. I am a big fan of it. And I have a couple Neo 70s as well to prove it. And a Cycle 7. But one of the Neo 70s and the Cycle 7 I'm actually going to be selling at some point. Hopefully. But I had actually considered, I have a Navy Neo 70 that I thought about selling, but then I realized it might be a perfect board for DCS UFO when it comes. So, stow this one away. Ooh. More and more I've come to just storing keyboards in their cases when I'm not actively using them to keep dust out. But I designed a custom PCB a while ago because I wanted an FRL TKL and they weren't nearly as popular. Ooh, trendsetter. Hey, yeah. Hello, RomBFC. How are you? Oh, goodness. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. What is next in Noah's keyboard history? Run DMC, yeah. That would be wild if Run DMC showed up. Oh, the capsule. Now this is a nice one that I don't actually have built at the moment, but I keep it because look at this freaking awesome box art. I still have plans for this board that I've alluded to on stream before, in that I wanted to make it look like a Playdate, which I need to charge. So I've been working on Playdate themed keycaps kind of off and on, and haven't made much progress on them recently. But oh yeah, I've got some extra stuff here in the top. But so this was around the time that my love affair with yellow began. Like it really started kicking off. Such a sucker for nice box art. Can you believe some people choose not to keep the boxes? If the box, I mean, granted, this didn't come with a carrying case, so I keep it in the box. But even so, like, this is an awesome box. I'm not going to get rid of it. Might as well knock on the designer's door and spit in the face. I mean, sure. Yeah, so this is the Pixelspace Capsule. It's a 75% keyboard, or not 75, 65, sorry. That I don't have built right now, but I do have plans for it. Especially after I modified it and got a custom plate cut for it that I really dig. In fact, it is, yeah, a custom PC plate, because it came with FR4 originally. And at the time, I didn't really know what that was, and realized that I don't like FR4 so much most of the time. Looks similar to the glitter boards? Yeah. Conan, what's up? Welcome. So yes, I have my plan. Oh, thanks for the follow, Stiletto. My plan for this, as I mentioned, is to make it more like the Playdate. So the yellow's not quite right, but some of these metal accents, the kind of the gunmetal top here, is very reminiscent of the same shade that's on the crank of the crank and the screws of the Playdate. There's a little status light in the power button that blinks like when there's an update or new games available, and that kind of connect. This is actually a light bar right here with a little diffuser on it that can mimic the exact same light patterns. So that is the plan eventually, is to actually create an entire Playdate themed keycap set, probably get it just a one-off through Yuzu, and make this into my Playdate board. But for now, it is just kind of chilling. Just chilling until I actually spend some time dedicated to it. Because I love the Playdate, as you can tell by my shirt. But FR4 plates are one of your favorite ones. I have liked, the only keyboard I've really liked the FR4 in is the June. Which we'll also get to. But I do like the FR4 in that. It's been more of a situational thing for me. It has not been a go-to material by any means. And I did not care for FR4 in this context at all. So I got a custom plate done with Tom at HIBI Keyboards and like it. There have been a lot of keyboards like that where I've had to explore and learn more about materials and actually get boards to a place where I do like them. But can't wait to see the results. The capsule is so cute already. It is very cute. Some of it reminds me too of the Boop. Bip's board, the Boop. In some of the roundness of it. But I like how it's, you know, it's kind of rounded but also has kind of an outward wedge kind of top. Yeah. Love it, love it. Let's do another giveaway while we're here. Bring this back over. The Boop was definitely more parallel. Yes, it was. You are right. Let's give away some more Prevail switches while we're here. I think we've got a few more people now. Just to reiterate, for anyone who doesn't know, if you win these, continental US shipping only. You could ship it to a forwarder though. That has been done. If this is all you win, if it's just the switches I'm mailing to you, it'll be totally free. I will cover the shipping cost. Locationism. Get a forwarder, Mango. If you really want it. Or a proxy, whatever it is. Want to be my forwarder? I'll tell you what. We'll do a Mango only giveaway sometime. How about that? Only Mango can win, and I will send it to you. But I won't let you know when it's happening. You just have to show up. All right, so we got 90. I like this. Can more streamers do this? 90 Prevail Nebula switches. These are also linears. Let me get the stats. Nebula. These are also V1s. They are 62 gram springs, factory lube. Nothing else has been done to them. Again, I don't have stats on the materials at play in these, but yeah, 90 linear, 62 grams, factory lube, stock in every other way. The original V1 Prevail Epsilons. So if you want, we can. They have also got little sparkles in the purple housing, which is cool. Let me see if it'll actually focus there. You can see some of those. Ooh. Use space for anything else. You barely cleared a walkway to your setup. Have you gotten rid of a lot of your boxes yet? That's honestly what I've been doing a lot this week, has been getting rid of old boxes of things. But some of that was like new equipment that I got and stuff too. Of course not. No, I mean, it's a constant battle. In a home office space, it's a constant battle against boxes. And I still have 100 more. All right, let me start this giveaway. Prevail Nebulas. It'll be in 5 minutes again. There you go. Exclamation point, gimme. We'll enter you for these. So I'll set those over here and let that run. Frank! What is up, Frank? How did the glare build go? Hello, Kev. Hello, Sinister Baby. Thanks for following. Yes, you gotta be a follower if you want to enter. Just letting you know. The build went well. Excellent, excellent. We have to move most of it down to have guests over by the end of the week. Oh, right. Is that because of the wedding you mentioned? Yeah, cool. Yeah, we have guests coming in tomorrow. Actually, we've got family coming in to stay with us tomorrow. Have we paid our respect? I know. R.I.P. Prevail. I'm glad to see, like, these are the V1s, but I am glad that the V2s have lived on elsewhere as well. We're just taking the boxes and moving them somewhere else. That's a lot of cleaning up, I feel like. It's just, hey, let's just tidy. Follower goal, Matt, 210. I didn't even know I had that goal. Thank you so much. We were already just celebrating 200. So even more is very cool. Appreciate everybody being here. So let's see. While that runs, let us talk about our next board. Oh, the next one is actually this little guy. If we count it, the Treasure Type 9 that I use for my streaming macropad now. Thanks for the follow, Archduchess. So this is a little 3x3 pad made by Treasure. This lovely purple ano and the bright yellow feet. They actually made this little screw tray that I use a lot as well. Like same size, same little feet and everything. I like their little creations. This isn't magnetic in any way, but I do like it because it's got the 3 little pockets. And this is just a silicone insert that you can swap out with different colors too. Imagine I just clicked the link in Nick's server and am on a giveaway. All right, I'll imagine that. I'm not sure what you mean. Treasure stuff is very cute. And so this is what I use. I use the little Type 9 for all of my streaming stuff. So this is actually when I started recording in OBS, but then we've got like the browser. I think this is maybe like the Be Right Back screen, muting the mic, controlling music, as you can see. And then some of my different scenes down here. So, yeah, very cool. Just a little sidetrack there. A 90 Prevail Nebula. Oh yes, that's my. I did that. I was like, why is this message? Oh right, that's the giveaway that I set up. See the Nick's keys. You posted a link. What I say? Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I didn't get much sleep last night, so my brain is partly like a pile of mush. So thank you for being patient with me reading comments. So that's a little cutie. Ooh, the next one of my favorites that I actually had to rebuild earlier because I wanted to actually have something on it. A classic in the hobby, for sure. I believe it is this one. Reloaded! Happy birthday. Welcome. It's Gimme with only one I reloaded if you want to try that again. Gimme. Don't want you to miss out. We are Piggy Rose, dude. There you go. Good job. With one of the only correct choices you can have on a beige Piggy, which is S.A. Tatooine in all of its glory. It is one of the perfect sets. Which even so much in that, like, I think on the page for SA Tatooine, it shows it on a beige Piggy. And it just works out so well because it's like big rolling sand dune. And then you got the whole sunset with the two suns going on. It is glorious. Gives me a retro nostalgic. Yeah, it is a very like 70s-ish gradient to boot. Time's up. Let's see. Oh, you've never seen one outside of the product page? I wish I could have gotten a PC Piggy at some point, but I got in like right at the tail end. This was like an extra A stock that I just happened to be able to snag, but DM'd you a picture of my Piggy. Oh, you got an HHKB Piggy. That is lovely. That is very nice. Is it hard to type on it? No, not at all. I mean, I don't usually rest on anyway, so I'm always kind of hovering. So it's not like I'm colliding with this front area or anything. Got a PC Piggy during Group Buy, and then the beige Alu aftermarket. Nice. I think this has my other set of cream sodas in it. Yep, this is on a PC plate. Cream soda's on a PC plate in here. And this is also the V2 Piggy PCB that was released, so it includes like stepped caps and everything. Yeah, I got it on the V2 PCB that Jackie did. So it's very nice. What am I missing here? Give me. Oh, sorry, Shy. The giveaway's over. But we'll do another one here soon. Sorry, I'm trying to see what you're replying to, Reggie. Never owned SA keycaps. It definitely is a learning curve for SA. But I'm a big fan of them. I don't like them as much as in terms of just like typing feel and wanting something spherical. I prefer DSS for that, if we're talking about a spherical profile. But it just takes a little bit of muscle memory to get back used to for me. I prefer SA to MT3 though, that's for sure. Is it heavy? It is. Actually, no, I don't have a scale with me right now. It's at the other end of the house. The scale that I use for shipping packages and stuff. But yeah, it is quite heavy because it is like solid. Like all of this is, I mean, there's a little bit of a recess, of course, for like the plate to fit it and everything, but like this is solid Alu. I'll have to tell you the story about the keycaps on that beige Piggy. It's one of my most special builds. Yes, please do. You make it look weightless. But no, I'm not going to drop it or anything, but it is quite hefty. At some point, though, I think what I want to do is, it comes with the adhesive feet that cover the screw holes, which I don't love. So at some point, I am going to take those off and add my own little bump-on feet that don't cover the screws, just so it's easier to access. And I love the little piggy on the bottom. But yeah, the Piggy's very special to me. I love the Piggy. For a long time, Kaiju also lived on this board, which was very fun. Something about beige, this much beige and orange, I think, go really nicely together. All right, let's actually announce who won these now that we're chatting about the Piggy. Oh, good, we got 6 entries this time. Let's pick a winner. Piggy and the Elephant are your favorites? Yeah, they're nice. I also like the height one, but I can't use 40s really, so. Beast mode, are you here? You have won the switches. Very cool. Yeah, send me either, I mean, we've talked on Discord before, so if you prefer, DM me on Discord or whisper on Twitch, and I can get these to you. Or if you come into town sometime, I can just give them to you, whatever you prefer. Either way, you'll get them. Very good. Let us complete that one. I think yeah, all of these do show up in my giveaway history, so I can double check all that. Excellent, excellent. Love the color of the housing on the switches. Oh, they're very cool. It's like a sparkly, translucent purple. Time for homework and whatnot. Congrats on the 200. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. I really always appreciate it. It's a pleasure. Oh, and anyone who doesn't know, you should follow Reggie on Instagram at, what is it, Turnt Wood. Makes these very cool keycap pullers. Some are wood, some are like wood and resin or fully resin and all that kind of stuff. Very cool. I picked these up direct from Reggie at the Novel Keys meetup last year. They are lovely. So, let us continue. Ugh. It's a big one. It's not my heaviest board, but it is close. I would say that either the Class0413 or I actually put it in upside down so the keycaps have somewhere to go. The Class0413 or my F1 are the heaviest. I don't actually know. All right. What is next? Let's see what else we got. We got one more switch to give away and then some keycaps. Let's do another board first, though. Let us see. Let us see. Oh yeah, the array. That's chilling over there. Built that on stream recently too. Some of these sit out because they don't actually have cases. But at least this one has a nice kind of microfiber bag that it goes into. And of course, this is my windbreaker board because it's got the rainbow PVD weight and accent in the back, which is a little fingerprinty at the moment, but yeah, that sounds a little bit thumpy right now because I have HMX Volume Zeros in here, which is a quasi-silent tactile, but this is something that I take to my co-working space sometimes, so I keep it on the quieter end. And it's also using PCB snaps, as you can see, like here and here. And then of course some in the back behind the accent as well, but I wanted to try that out because I didn't love the one, I mean, of course, unfortunately, parallel does not exist anymore, and so I didn't want to source necessarily. I'm sure that, other 65 sized O-rings would potentially work, but I decided to try some PCB snaps instead because they were a little bit easier to source and they come in the different durometers and all that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, it's lovely, and I love the look of Windbreaker with all the rainbow PVD and everything. But at some point I want to see what I can do about the sound when it's not a board I'm regularly taking to my co-working space. PC boards are so nice. Yeah, some of my earliest, I mean, I gotten rid of one of them, but yeah, like my second keyboard ever was acrylic, and I've always had a soft spot for some of the PC boards as well. I saw, what was it? Was it a tease that they're doing like a clear plastic version of the Smurf 80? I guess the original was plastic too. But I mean a clear version of the Smurf 80? Which excites me more than the last run of just like beige and gray or whatever it was. I was like, that's actually a little bit more compelling for me to think about. I do love clear stuff. But yeah. And PC works so well with some of these very colorful sets. Because I feel like it'd be tough to try to find. I mean, maybe I could see this shade going really well with my, what's the word? It's a dnworks board. The 7, that's the one. But yeah, like trying to coordinate a board with this without getting too matchy-matchy on any particular shade would be kind of tough, but also not clashing. So PC, I feel like, is always a sure bet with some of this stuff. Maybe one of these days I'll send out my Think as well. Do I have a PC Think? I don't know. No, I don't have a. I do not have a Think. I do not. I mean, all in all, my collection is, in terms of some people, I haven't been in the hobby as long, and so my collection is a little bit more limited, probably, than some folks. And I also don't have anything too super fancy either. Like, I don't own anything by Singa or anything. All right, let me put this back. Ugh. And let's see what we got next. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, the January. Yeah, the January, I think I ordered it at a particular time. Can I scroll to the side, please? The Artemis January was almost a 2-year fulfillment on that one, which seemed weird at the time. But now I'm in Event Horizon Group I, so nothing seems too long anymore. But yeah, this is one I ordered back in 2022, and then it came in 2024. So it's earlier in the list because of when I ordered it. And it's actually, I mean, it was the last board I streamed with, actually, because it has our good buddy, we'll see on it. All wrapped up nice and safe here. It has, this is my DCS clown board, which I love the sound of because I also swapped out the switches on this. Yeah, so it was our little mini stream we did last week on Wednesday. Oh my lord. Yeah, this, if you're not familiar, I mentioned this in my Discord, which if you're interested, there it is. Because this was teased by Bowl and Manu on April Fool's Day, but it was not a joke. It was available in stock because they had the idea and they had it made and it was ready to go like months ago. Thanks for the follow, Onyx. I think there were 50 units. Yeah, something like that. So I snagged a set of DCS Clown. And it was funny because I'd already had DCS Bowl blanks on this keyboard anyway. And so it was kind of an easy shoe-in because I'd already gotten used to typing on it on blanks. But it is just a lovely board as well. Like, it's got this really nice kind of curve right here. The back as well has a really nice curve, this whole rounded portion. And then it's got a really nice copper weight with January inscribed on it. So yeah, this is the Artemis January. Nice little O-ring 60% board. I believe it has an aluminum plate in here right now. And then this is what we were testing, the HMX Hydras, which are a newer, if I can get my tools, a newer tactile. Or at least newer to me tactile. I picked these up along with the HMX Cthulhu's not that long ago. But it just sounds so much fun. HMX Hydras? Yes. HMX Hydras. But I love that space bar. And I love how it sounds. You get the that typical really bright DCS alphas that you can get with it because it's the thinner ABS plastic. And it's really nice. I dig it a lot. Speaking of which, speaking of DCS, I think Shark is busy streaming right now, but Shark's newest DCS set, Grass Valley, is going to be going live on Friday, which is very exciting. I don't know all of the vendors, but I know if you're in the US, Bowl will be vendoring that as well. But it's just so much fun. I mean, I know it's meant to be like a stupid meme, but I think it's hilarious. And I may end up taking this board with me to KeyCon as one of my 3. I don't know yet. I have to decide. That'll be in forthcoming streams. We'll decide what all we're gonna take to what all I'm gonna take with me to KeyCon this year in June. Hopefully, I mean definitely, the Manta will be here by then, so we may end up taking that one. Hopefully we'll be able to build it next week, but we'll see. I think Bowl is just received his shipment today, so he still will have to do QC on all of them and all that. So we will see if the Manta can get here by next Tuesday. But I have high hopes because stuff from Bowl comes really quick to me because he's just across Lake Michigan. Like he's near Madison, Wisconsin. And so it can come around to West Michigan pretty fast. So Bowl stuff usually gets here pretty damn quick. Why not bring both? I mean, why not indeed? I have some decisions to make. I had hoped to have the Event Horizon by now, but that's not going to happen because they still need to finish all the Supermassive editions before they ship the regular ones and the Supermassives to the UK so that Jay can send them out for US people. So we'll be waiting on that. Don't know when that's going to happen, but progress is being made slowly but surely. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's do another giveaway. What time? Yeah, 7:30? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. Let's give some more switches away. While we are at it, another refresher on the rules for anybody. Let me see. Oh, Twitch is pinging me about something else. Go away, Twitch thing. So these are 90 Athleon runner switches, which are a little bit on the heavier tactile side. These were designed by Punkshoe, if you're familiar with Punkshoe at all, the designer of like Gat Summertimes, Cream Sodas, Root Beer Floats, also designed Melodies, not to be confused with Melodics, but Melodies, which had their first run as Athleon switches as well, and then got remade with B-Sun. So Athleon and Punkshoe collaborated on these. Let me give you the statistics. So these are a 70-gram spring. So they're a little heavier. They are tactile. They are factory looped. The top is nylon. Bottom is nylon, and the stem is palm. And they're really fun. They've got kind of this cyan bottom, yellow top, and like a lime green stem. They'd actually go really well with Windbreaker. Like they feel Windbreaker-esque in kind of that color scheme. 70 grams, that's a whole workout. I know, right? Which is the reason why I don't use them as much. They are fun, but I just don't have the finger strength for 70 grams. And they're in a KBD fans bag, but don't pay attention to that. It was the bag I had available. So let us run these Athleon Runner Tactile Switches. Another 5 minutes. There you go. Hashtag gimme if you are interested. How big is the bump? I would say it's substantial. It is smooth though. It's not like a jarring bump, but yeah, hard to quantify. I don't have like a force curve chart or anything available right on hand, but you could win them and give them a try. So yeah, exclamation point gimme if you want to get in on those. Let's see, did I... Thanks for the follow, Scopely, appreciate that. Big Bump Enjoyer, 70 grams, sounds snazzy. Yeah, they're fun. So, while those run, go for it. You received a ticket. It's interesting that I don't see it as running when I actually load this page, which is odd. Oh, there we go. Now it's running. Sometimes Streamlabs, I don't know what they're doing. Hello, Onyx. Thanks for chatting. Darn technology, I know, right? So while that runs, let's take a peek at... well, the next board I got was the Mode Envoy. But I will be selling that, so I do not have that one available right now. But it is kind of the Mirage colorway. It's chilling over there right now. Then I got, oh yeah, I got the little Owl Mini macro pad, but that's also going to be given to sold at some point, so I have that over there. But here we go. This we built on stream before too, but I just don't use it very much. But I want to. Let me just get some of this stuff out of the way. Because it can be difficult, because even among 40s it's kind of weird. But we've built this on stream before a couple of times, which is the LAZYDESIGNERS Alu Bolt in this lovely purple. But it is odd, because it is a 40%, but it's also like a 40% Alice, which is very interesting and very difficult to get keycaps for sometimes. But if you remember, if you were around back when we did, back in December, I guess it was, when we did some of our 100 follower giveaway stuff, and we're sorting through Signature Plastics grab bags and stuff, we had enough to populate this out of just random Signature Plastics shit, which was really fun. And then I've also put MT3 Operator on here before, which worked out really well. But just 40s is a hurdle that my brain has a lot of trouble with. Oh, sorry, I missed that reloaded. You might be interested in, in the Mode Envoy. Okay. I've actually got 2 Mode Envoys. You might want to take your pick. But yeah, DM me, and we can chat about it. What you're looking for, price range. I have both the Mirage Blue, and it has like a rainbow accent, and then I've also got the Alex Odos Mode Envoy that I'm gonna probably sell as well. So yeah, DM me. Yeah, the color is very nice. I like LAZYDESIGNER stuff a lot. Jackie does a lot of great work on small boards, like 40s and 60s, and some 50s too, which have been kind of interesting. I might be more inclined to use that a little easier. But I just like it so much, I don't think I'm going to part with it, even though I don't use it just because I like it so much. Like, it's more of a fun display piece, and I do try to use it occasionally. This may be the cornerstone if I do end up going with the year of 40s when I turn 40 in February, to try to actually use this. We'll see. But it is a stunner. Yeah. I would love to get more used to it at some point. Because it is fun, because like you have like all your normal stuff, but then you can also make this into like an arrow cluster or something, which is very silly for a board this size to take the space to do arrows, but we'll see. We'll see. I would love to have do something fun with it at some point. They ran a really great yellow one actually in the round 2 of the Bolt, and I wanted to get it, but I just couldn't justify that to myself since I don't use 40%. Glad to see a fellow Transit desk pad owner. Yes! Lamp did a great job with this, and I think they're running a round 2, right? And maybe they're also getting ready to do mini versions, I think, of the Transit desk pad. There's nothing officially out there yet, or like not like a page or anything, but I believe that is in the works, and that is also very exciting because I would love to get like another little pad. So let's see who won our switches here. Let's pick a winner. Reloaded. Bow, 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 bow. Happy birthday! You have won Athleon Runner tactile switches. It's Reloaded's birthday every day with a 70-gram tactile switch. Actually, happy for more tactiles. Tactiles were my first love, and then I veered hard into linears, and now I'm kind of drifting back somewhere in between, and have been enjoying tactiles again. So I'm always happy to spread that tactile love. So yeah, DM me, whisper to me on Twitch, or DM me on Discord, either way, since we're already going to be chatting. And we'll get you squared away with some switches. Let me complete that one. Thanks for the bit, Frederick. Okay. That's all the switches. We also have some keycaps to give away and a keyboard. So let's look at some more stuff first. We'll dive back into the collection. How far into the collection are we? Not far enough. My goodness. All right, let's pick up the pace. The next one I got is actually the board we're going to give away, so I'll skip that for now. Then we have the June and the Thermal, so we'll grab those both. Since I mentioned earlier that I don't love FR4 plates, this has been the exception to the rule for me. The HIBI June has been a real treat. I'm actually going to dispose of this for now because it is just too much hassle to keep moving around. And maybe the June will be our go-to for a little bit. If you're not familiar with the June, it is a silicon board. So this whole case, it's a tray mount, and this whole thing is just like a kind of squishy, flexible silicone with some threaded inserts to attach everything into there. And yes, this was one of the recipients of the Vomit caps when I... What is this song? Yeah, some of the Vomit Signature Plastics caps. Which has been very fun, including like some weird, like, completely transparent ones. My holy grail, DCS Sport Walker, one of the novelties from Sport Walker. And all sorts of other ones, including some weird misprints like Meta and Alt printed in, like, upside down. Yeah, there were a lot of fun little gems. This is from DCS Good Morning, a Basil set, who is also the designer of DCS UFO, which is very cool. Yeah, very fun, and I really like HIBI stuff. Including, I have some of her camera accessories as well. But for a long time, because this colorway is called Monster Fuzz, this kind of purple, and so also for a long time this was my spooky Halloween board. And had Fright Club on it because the purples really worked well with this. So I may go back to that eventually because it worked really well, but for now it's also well suited to kind of be a fun vomit board. Oh, I missed some stuff. Yeah, I recently got a Holotactiles. Retro J's, I have those, Type R's, and I've heard Firecrackers are great. I haven't tried them, but I do have Type R's and Retro J's and like those quite a bit. Rama Thermal? You got it. I Twitch activated. Fright Club is such a nice set. Love how it looks in person. Yeah, I've actually got... I still have it in here, actually, from when I took it off. But you can see, like, it's a little bit lighter, but it's not a clash. It's more of a saturation change. So the purples of them actually went pretty nicely together with all of the accents. I'm a fan of Fright Club. Hello, Chalice TV? Thanks for joining. But yes, as Reloaded mentioned, the next up was a... I'll just scoot this up here. Dun dun dun! A thermal. And this was actually, I mean, granted, it was just produced and sold by Rama and designed by Wilba. But yeah, this is the Thermal 16, the HHKB layout. Another win for DCS on this as well. As you can see, my DCS obsession that has been growing. And this is a board that I really wanted to like for a long time. And wasn't until I did a fair bit of modding on it and trying different plate materials and keycap profiles that I finally got it to a place that I actually enjoy. Because of course it comes stock with like a PVD aluminum plate, like highly reflective, so that it kind of shows through all the little grooves and is very shiny around the edge because it's it's sandwiched in there. And try as I might with all sorts of modifications and like trying force breaks and different levels of foam, like buying custom foam kits for this thing and all this kind of stuff, I couldn't get it to not sound... I mean, it was going to sound hollow no matter what, just by the basics, the way the board is constructed. But like there was pinging and all sorts of stuff going on, trying out different keycap profiles. And then I finally got it to a place by a custom plate and DCS together, got it to a place that I really like. Something you've been wanting. It's nice. So I don't know if this will show up just because of the... Maybe if I switch to my other camera. Well, no, because it's backlit. That's hard to do. Because I don't know that it'll be able to show the... The camera's in the wrong spot. Anyway, maybe if we'll do this. This is a PEI plate that I got from Tom. And so... being able to, as you can see, having that nice PEI through the side kind of thing. Shark Raid! Hello, Shark! Welcome. We mentioned you earlier. Everyone should follow Shark. Shark's next keycap set, DCS Grass Valley, is going for sale on Friday. Well, thank you for the resub. It is lovely. At least for North America, or maybe at least the United States, it was going to be sold by Bowl. So there's already a really great landing page up for it. You should check it out. Now seeing Baby Shark. I should have a redeem on my channel that if Shark shows up and people redeem it, then you have to sing. Somehow. I guess you'd just have to type the lyrics out. Reading Hydrate, thank you. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. We are just going back through Noah's keyboard history right now and giving away some things along the way. Nana! Welcome. Thank you for being here, Raiders and Shark. Noah's Ark of keyboards, yes. My villain arc. But anyway, that flashlight did a terrible job. It looks much better in person because it's kind of got that retro feel because it's kind of it's not a bright, it's more of a beigeish yellow PEI for the plate. There you can see some of it through there. And so it's really cool. Yes, this is a thermal. I love the combination of the PEI plate along with the DCS caps. And that's what got me to actually fall in love with this board and use it. And we're using We are using bleeds? Are these bleeds or brews? Now I am confused. Oh no, they're retro J's. The bleeds and bruises are more red. So speaking of the retro J's that we just talked about, this has retro J's in here. I like, you know, there's a little bit of hollowness, but nowhere near what it used to be originally. And it's also less resonant than when it was using its metal plate originally. So it's able to tone that down, and also added some plate foam from a different keyboard. And we kind of whittled it down and got it to work. So I love how the retro J's sound. I have them in the Neo 80 and it has a good clack to it. Yeah. Yeah, I've really been enjoying the HMX tactile offerings. And this is actually, I've done a couple of events. I've mentioned this before, but I've done a couple of events, keyboard events at my co-working space. And this is the one that's hooked a couple people and gotten them into the hobby. I've actually like borrowed it for a little bit and used it as a daily driver. So I feel proud of that and the progress I've made with it. I gotta speed things up a little bit. What is next? The Strata, I'm gonna sell that, so it's not available. The Salvation, selling that too, so it doesn't, then it's quite a run there. The Strata, the Salvation, and the Cycle 7, the Envoy Alex Odos, all of which I am selling. So they are not currently available. Thanks for following Copperdew. Do I need to hit you up? I mean, if you want to. Absolutely. Where am I selling them? Nowhere yet. I want to take some pictures of them, so I haven't sold them anywhere yet. But if you want to reach out via DM, if there's something that strikes your fancy, feel free. I just haven't gotten into the effort of... Oh yeah, I did give you the list. Here's another one that I had to work on a bit to get the way I like. Strata, correct. No, I had a Stratum for a bit, that prototype, but I had to send it off. Yes, the Matrix Corsa, the beautiful yellow. This was my first experience with a ball catch keyboard, which is very cool. One of their tamer designs. It's not as wild as some of the Matrix boards get. Oh, a little bit smudgy back there. This is not Hennessy, this is Belafonte. It is based on The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. In fact, we've got a little gif of Steve Zissou driving the sub. Bill Murray. That's the name. Bill Murray playing Steve Zissou, driving the submarine. Thank you. I thought so too. I thought it worked out really, really well. And so I have some different GIFs that I've used for this, because all of them also work for the Matrix Navi. Another board I'm selling. And it's the same screen essentially, and so some of them also cross over and work really well. Had the Starry Night finish, and it was a board I deeply regret selling. I had a tough time with this initially because, again, I had to tune it to the way I like, which involved getting a custom plate, again, was a big part of it. Because I think like some of the Matrix skeleton plates just do not sound good to me. And I have had a hard time with them. So, had a good time with this. But I think I really like how it sounds now and what I've gotten it to. I think this is it's a custom palm plate that I had made. All right. Let us do another giveaway real quick. We are going to give away next Cap One on black. There's nothing at all wrong with this set. It's been mounted once. But this is a personal preference. I did not like the texture. But that's just me. It's smoother than, say, a GMK. It has a little bit of a texture to it, but it's not something that I enjoy personally, but that is completely my own taste. So I'm going to pass it on. We have the base kit. We have the novelties, as you can see. And we have the Mac extension kit. Smooth like Mercury. I don't know. I haven't tried their keycaps, so I cannot say. But there they are. So I think with these and the weight, I will probably ask you to pay for shipping on these if you win them. Just because it's not as cheap as just switches. But I will run this. So they're almost brand new because I put them on a thing once and then didn't like it. What kind of profile is Cap? It's essentially Cherry. These are double shot, by the way, if you're not familiar with Cap. It's a whole new legend system that has been developed. Trying to think, is it Curative who manufactures these? Well, they're designed in London, made in China. Cap legend system. I don't remember all the details. But they're all double shot. Curator's version of Cherry. There you go. Are we allowed to win more than one giveaway? You are allowed to win more than one giveaway. So let me start this one. And do a little gimme if you want to get in on that. Again, contiguous United States shipping only. You need to be a follower. And you will need to pay for the shipping for this because it's a little bit heavier. So go for it, and I'm going to grab another keyboard. I think I got to speed up. Goodness. Next up, the Neo 70s. I don't need to show those off. Those are pretty standard. The Event Horizon, which has not come yet. The Navi, which I am selling. And then another one of my favorite boards, which is the Typface Univers. One of my all-time favorites that I've had in my collection. I love the layout on this. It's very PAL-esque, if you're familiar with the PAL, which is also kind of in group buy hell at the moment, I think. I don't know that that had an F-row, though. But it's essentially, yeah, like a... It's like a 60% with arrows and an F-row, but it's so lovely. This is the silver. This is the round one in silver. And then this is also the... I think I got a plate from round two, but it's also a really fun, like, red plate in there. But yeah, it is such a fun layout because it's so compact, but you still get a lot of the functionality from some of this extra stuff. I like the little exploded arrows and the little accent and stuff. Nice and bright and clacky. Love this layout. The blue one was really pretty too. I saw a lot of people pairing that with like GMK Norse and stuff because it worked out really well. Yeah, it's essentially a 70%. Yeah, because it's very similar to say the Sonnet, but you don't have the extra column over here that you would normally have. I hate the bottom right cluster so much. Really? I mean, I know it's not like symmetrical or whatever. Like, I like that it's exploded and I like the asymmetry of it. It adds a nice charm. But again, it is all preference at the end of the day. But I dig it a lot. The Fun Awesome keycaps were sitting on this one for a while before I swapped over to DMG. But can I enter from the EU since the winner pays for shipping on this one? You know what? Go for it. For you, Nana, go for it. We'll figure it out if you win. Yep. I know you. I trust you. I think Exploded Arrows is fun. But looks like we still got a little under 2 minutes for that giveaway, just so we know. Yeah, that is a fun one. I like it a lot. It's also kind of set the stage for them running the Cosmic Sands, which kind of does a similar thing. But gotta get your trust rating up. Well, you know, if you want, it's, you know, you can always chat. Whoops, that's not plugged in. If you're interested. I know Nana because Nana's been chatting in my Discord some, so If you feel like hopping in, it's pretty chill. Nothing crazy going on, but I've shipped a thing to the EU pirate ship is helpful. Oh, very good to know. I may be hitting you up about that, Shark. Hit the 100 Discord limit. Yikes. Yikes on bikes. Let us move on to... Oh, the Neo Ergo. We did just look at that last week, but we can visit it again quickly. If I remember where it is. That is... Oh, it might be right here, actually. Oh, no, that's the 65. Here we go. We'll just do a quick one. A quick show off here. I only just recently got a personal Discord because somebody was commenting on how they wanted to get stream pings more easily without having to get them through the app. So, be right back. All right. So just quick, since we just built this again last week, but we did a fun split personality kaiju build on the Neo Ergo. So it's silver with the gold kernel, but invite expired. Really? Let me double check that. Oh, it's expired. Okay, well, let me redo that real quick. Thank you for telling me. I've been promoting that, so let us see. Trying to remember how to even get that. Here we go. Oh yeah, they expire in 30 days. That sucks. Let me redo my command. Sorry about that. All right, let's try this. Give that link a try instead. See if that works for you. Yeah, I thought that was really fun to be able to combine Kaiju Part Do, and then we have the Mecha Kaiju, and then some Kaiju Dark streak kind of going through, which is, you can make the end fights last forever. Not that I'm aware of, very possibly. But when you create invite links, it's like they expire. I can look into that later and edit it if need be, but I do not know for sure right offhand. Let me increase my lights now that the sun has gone down a bit. It would make sense if you were the owner of the server to be able to do that sort of thing. All right. Speed! All right. Did the giveaway end? It did! You can make invites infinite. Ooh, how do you do it, Naveed? How? Give me the knowledge. Let us find out who won this giveaway. Eisenheim! Eisenheim has won things before. So I think I might still have your info. So let me know if your info has changed. Wait. I'm waiting. When you create an invite, you can edit the invite link and then change expired to never. Ah, very cool. I bet I can do that right now. Server settings, invites. Oh, maybe I'd have to make a new one and then set it to do that when I create it. I remember seeing that link that you talked about. All right, I can do that and I'll edit the command. Congrats, Eisenheim. Yeah, Eisenheim. You said wait. Was that just excitement or do you want me to wait? Is it okay to pass it to Nana? I'm already thankful for you in the community. Plus I already won from you something so good. Sure. If you would love to gift it to Nana, that is fine. Do not pass. What? Well, you two sort that out among yourselves and let me know, okay? Very cool. All right, we got time before we do the last one. Do not redeem, do not redeem. I'll just write a note to myself that Eisenheim offered caps to Nana, just so I remember. That is community. Okay, so either Eisenheim or Nana will be getting these caps. That can be sorted later. Let's move on. Ergo. Oh, I totally missed the Neo 65. That was earlier. Another one of my favorite boards, which is still like one of my first, what might be considered a budget board, but it's still one of my all-time favorites in the way it sounds. This was a stream rebuild as well, with this lovely red ano, and one of my first like really intentionally themed boards, because as you can see, like I got a custom red alu plate from Tom, and then put in HMX Arowana reds, which are a little bit on the lighter spectrum of linear switches, but it still sounds like for the first. This is the very first version of the Neo 65, and it still sounds so good. And I've got a little Gestalt artisan up there, which goes so nicely with panels. But this is still like regularly in the rotation, even after all these years. And yeah, thank you, Eisenheim, only if you're sure. Yes! Eisenheim won a keyboard before. I could see why he might offer that up. Yeah, it's a lovely red. I wanted to put DCS Clown on here originally, but it doesn't. It's made for 60%, so it doesn't quite have the coverage. But still a lovely board. Now we're going speed round on some of this stuff. Let's see. We got the Univers. Ooh, the Sonnet. The V2 Sonnet. This was very fun. Because, in a couple ways. Because I helped design the board and the keycaps on here. And this was also the first keyboard build that I ever streamed. For work. Because if you don't know, I work for Fun Awesome. And we ran a Kickstarter 2 years ago for a new product. And we collaborated with Mode on a custom version of the Mode Sonnet V2 as one of our reward tiers. And then we also worked with Signature Plastics to create our very own DCS set using our icons that are part of our library. So these are all Fun Awesome colors. We designed all of the legends. These are all icons that are in our icon library that you can use. And then we themed it all to Fun Awesome blue with the accents, the keycaps, the dark gray, as well as a custom engraved back with a bunch of our icons on it as well, which is super fun because, actually it might be better if I zoom in a bit here. We've got some things that are near and dear to our hearts at Fun Awesome. We have, some little series of like coffee stuff. We've got a little Mario here, some movies. We have things like Business Time, a Shitstorm, more Cowbell. We've got a little bit of Back to the Future over here. Some developer type stuff. We have some chess along the bottom. A little End of A New Hope here. Millennium Falcon, TIE Fighter, X-Wing, Death Star Explosion. We got D&D. We got design. We got all kinds of stuff. So this was a super fun project to help with. I worked on the back engraving, and I also worked on the engraving on the weight inside, which I won't get into right now, but it has our motto engraved on the weight, which is very fun. So this was this is what spurred me into keyboard streaming, was because I was getting ready to stream build this for the Fun Awesome Twitch channel as a promotional thing, and then was able to kind of use those skills to leapfrog into streaming for myself. So a super fun project that I love, and I love to show this off. I might take this to KeyCon as well, because it's fairly unique. There weren't many of these made, and paired with the keycaps that I helped make as well, which is very fun. I think this is like HMX clouds in it. Yep, because it's a close to Fawn Awesome Blue, and I like those a lot. I think they're the heavier weight. There's 2 different weights of clouds, not to mention the Cloud V2s, so very, very fun. Near and dear. I'm not going to sell this one, just like I'm not going to get rid of the Fawn Awesome Mode 80, because it's kind of a very special item. Near and dear to my heart. Alright. How are we doing on time? We are about 16 minutes out from the end of the stream. So let's see if we can pick up the pace. Even more. Ooh, biggin. We got a biggin. This is probably the heaviest board I own, since that was asked earlier. The MMkeyboards Class0413. This is a beast. Not only is it a beast, it also has a buzzer and a solenoid inside. So this thing sounds horrible in the best way. The keyboard will stop crime, 100%. I think this is Cilantro's in here currently, but very cool to customize because I got multiple inner frames with this. This, of course, is GMK Abstract, which is almost a perfect fit for this. But I also have like a nice brown inner frame that goes really well with Clodney. They also had some that have a kind of a weird Aerocluster version of this as well. That I might try out at some time. Also a nice gold, kind of a sandy gold that goes well with like Expo. But another, again, a really fun layout. It's great to show off a keycap set like this with so many fun novelties. It has a giant forehead, which is also fun, but that's also where like the solenoid and the buzzer live are up in here. And like, it sounds surprisingly good too for like how much space there is going on. But this is also solid aluminum from here on up, so this is not like hollow, which also helps keep the sound contained. What a chunker, 100%. I do crime for this one. And it's also got the really nice like engraved backplate. Yeah, so hot. This was number 172, by the way. So, a lovely one. That never leaves the office, really, because it's just too difficult. Let's see, let me go ahead and grab my other ones that are over here so I can keep on task here. Should I even bother adding this one to the wish list? Oh, the 413? I mean, you'd have to try to find one on the aftermarket somewhere. Maybe they'll do another run at some point. I don't know, but yeah, it's a beast. It's intense. Let me complete that one. Neo Ergo, got that. Oh, the Monospace. Another Typface board. Since we're looking at big boys, I was on a big boy spree for sure for a time there, and also getting more interested in numpads. So this was Typface's second board, the Monospace. Which for a long time, and I might go back to it at some point, I had round 3 of Thermal on here because it also comes with a little brass accent and it works really well on there. Big boy layouts are my thing. It's very fun. But then I also realized this would be a perfect board when this is PBS Aperture Priority by Akuko Labs. Which I really enjoy. And it works out to be a really nice fit. So I think the bottoms on all of them were silver, but then I decided to go with the the black top and some of the different accents. I think I got a couple of the different terrazzo accents. I don't know how well this is going to show up. There you can see some of the detail there. And then a brass accent as well that works really well with like the artisan for thermal and everything. But yeah, this is another one that could definitely be a weapon because it's just got the, the link on it. Imagine taking this to work, you'd shred in a month. Yeah, for sure. I don't remember what all I've gotten here right now. Oh, these are KD400s, I think. But very fun. Love the artisan. It is lovely. Slide this back in. Might go a little bit over time today, that's okay. Let's see, Monospace. I got a couple of classic TKLs. One of them is on loan at my co-working space right now. But this is the other one, which is another, it's another Signature Plastics vomit board. But this was the early edition of the classic TKL when it first came out. So it has the yellow foot, the yellow cable, all of the yellow little gaskets and everything, the special badge. Yeah, yellow Proto. And the classic TKL is such a good bang for your buck. And this is a board that I'm really excited to in the near future. I've mentioned before, this is going to become a Dynacap conversion. I've already got all the Dynacap parts and I've got the plate. I had Tom make a brass plate for me. So now I just need to get the PCB, which is out of stock at Canon Keys right now, but I'm going to source one somewhere else. How would you compare it to Transition Light if you ever typed on one? I have not typed on a Transition Light. What did I come back to? The classic TKL, dude. So what will happen with this is this will become a Dynacap conversion, and I'll probably put like MT New Foundation on it when the time comes. But don't have the PCB for that yet. But that is the plan for this classic TKL. My other one is on loan at my co-working space currently. We are powering through. The Duo 60. This is one that I took to the Novel Keys meetup. Another lovely LAZYDESIGNERS board. A lovely little 60%. That I also did some 2048 pairings with. I think these are the K01s. HMX, some light tactiles, yep, on PC. And I might end up turning this one into an even more 2048 split once the PowerBook version comes in, because it'd be fun to pair that lighter gray with the dark mods or something like that. Maybe keep some of the color accents. This one sparks joy. I have both, like the Transition Light better. Yeah, I don't know the Transition. I'm not familiar with that one. Like the colorway. It's just very fun to type on. It's lovely. And it also has the fun Duo PVD weight that comes through the bottom. It's a nice one. If you ran another version of the Duo 60, I might get in on it, because it's just a lovely little board. Good and sturdy. I just walked by your house watching you stream on... That's funny. I actually thought about you earlier because I went for a bike ride in the park. And was enjoying how nice it was. I said, hey, now, next time you could throw a rock at the window. Like a little cute face on the butt. Classic DKL. Oh yeah, the Keycult Zero was my next acquisition. I went on another 60% tear, which was really fun. I got this one specifically to go with Expo in this case. So I went with the silver body. We've got like the sparkle silicon bottom. And the PC magnetic accents on top and bottom. And I really like how this one turned out. This was another one I took to the Novel Keys meetup, and I liked how the aluminum Expo Artisan went with the case. It was very nice. And just the general vibe of it seemed to fit kind of the mid-century look of Expo a little bit. Expo will eventually live on my Cloud 9, which is ordered, but we'll see. I did that right now, the thought crossed my mind. Must be a mountain of cases close to you? Yep. I mean, there's even more over there, but that's because that's the 2-cell pile. But one of my favorites. So I have not had any trouble with the UV printing on Expo, and I've used it fairly heavily, which has also been nice that nothing has happened there. Yeah, haven't any issues with that UV print or the UV print on Terminal. The 7. This was another group buy. Now this one I've shown off on stream before as well. And if you follow Extra Prius Please, Evan, which you should, he built this for me. The DN7. There it is. So I themed this one out specifically around Metropolis. And I waited to double check once the actual board came in to see how they went together before I sent everything off to Evan. Yeah, but the whole point was to theme around the alphas, both the alphas and the novelties for GMK Metropolis. So for example, as you can see, kind of tying like the peacock green case in with the more minty novelties and alpha legends, and then tying in the red plate to these novelties and then the yellow switches to these novelties. So, and then of course just navy is just more of an accent for everything, or a base for everything. Very Christmas colorway. I could see that. It feels like a very vintagey Christmas to me with the level of blue that's in this green. It's kind of hard to tell on stream exactly. But there is more blue in this than it's showing on camera right now. But just fun little color accent things that I like to remind myself of, even though nobody else knows that they're there. Kitschy, yeah, that's a good term. Yep. The 7. I did not want to build a double O-ring board personally, so I asked Evan to do it. And he was very gracious during the whole process, even though it was quite difficult and finicky. It was also solder, and I haven't become comfortable with soldering keyboards yet, just smaller projects. But still quite a nice looking board. He had a great time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been fun to watch him and Alex. Oh, Alex has built multiple 7s for people. It's just like, brr. Yep, exactly, crummy. Let's see. While I was, oh yeah, and then I got this in stock while I was waiting for other boards to come in, which is the Luminkey LX. This was something that I had originally ordered from Lubed, because Lubed was a vendor for this, and then they shat the bed. So I was able to grab another one later directly from Luminkey's website. So, are you ready? Are your eyes prepared? This is my high-vis board. It is so freaking bright. So this is much more desaturated than that, but it is the colorway that I've found to be closest, aside from like the one of the glowing, like the green glowy classic TKL. But it is so, yeah, you were burning warning. Flashbang. And it also has some of the lightest switches I have in my collection, which are the HMX jellies. Just because they are chromatically the closest I've been able to get to high-vis. But now, of course, Novel Keys and Type Plus are making high-vis switches, so those will go into this board at some point. Face down like a trap card. But it is another fun little... I think Bowl designed this for Luminkey, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's fun because it's like a smoked acrylic top and then aluminum bottom. And a little aluminum accent piece at the top, and it kind of wraps around the back. But yeah, so I'm excited. I went in on round 2 novelties for HIBI's to add a little bit of extra flair. But it is fun. I don't love the switches, so I'm excited to swap those out with something a little bit stronger. But yeah, he did kind of a bummer. The one-time bold and external collab, Limit Sour Loop. Yeah, I know, that's... I wonder if that was more of an impetus for him to start doing more of his own shit. But unless you count Bion, but he vendors those, yeah. So gonna make that even more high vis in the future once the high vis switches come in, which should be exciting. Alright, let's stow that away. We're getting close. We're getting close. I think I've only got a couple left to show, actually, because everything else is on order or to be sold. So, of course, the Manta. And the Manta's just arrived at Bowls today, if I'm not mistaken, for his customers. So hopefully by next Tuesday, if things go fast, we'll see if... We'll see if that comes in. I'd love to build that next week. The Cloud9 Round 2 is on order, hopefully in June. And the Float 65 is on order. But there's 2 boards left that I have ordered since then. So we'll look at those and then give away a board. You've shown us the good stuff. What can you share was your worst purchase? Something you built and asked yourself, what the fuck is this? Yeah, that might have been the Kai V2. Which I'm going to get rid of at some point. I don't know that I want to sell it to anybody just because the PC plate is so flexible that it bottoms out very easily. Whoops, we are listening to a Flight of the Conchords song that I did not mean to play. We will do this. I'm freaky! Did not enjoy that. They also had a lot of trouble with their magnets. I've had a lot of magnet trouble on the Kai V2 where they just come unglued and come out of the case. So I would say that one was not good. That was a bad experience. I've also had some bad experiences with my Cycle 7 because it has flex cuts and the PCB and plate have warped. So when I sell that, I may just sell the case because I don't want someone to have to deal with that. And they could look for a replacement or something. But those have probably been 2 of my biggest issues, honestly. I wanted that board so bad. Which one, the Cycle 7? Cycle 7 PCBs are basically consumables. Yeah, there's a high failure rate on Cycle 7 PCBs, and the flex cuts are just trash. It's not a good PCB. Sadly, because the board itself looks great. And it's a fun... Like, I love the look of it, but I just don't use it. Oh, the Kai V2. Yeah. My boss got an even worse Kai V2 that all the magnets just came out of it immediately, and it's like unusable. So the last one of the last ones is, of course, this big boy we've seen many times. The F1. It has appeared on the stream many times. F1, my baby. This is the F1 8X Classic V2. So it has the L9 and U9 top and bottom. Oh, got a little dust. We're using the like 1.1 alu plate or something like that. One of the hot swap PCBs that you can get from Geon. I don't remember which one exactly. And Gorp, of course. Well, this is not last. I've gotten one since this, but this one is regularly in rotation. It's so good. These are the Alt Alphas on Gorp. Gorp may end up going on a June 60 if I get one of those. I love the look of it. I'm going to see how it sounds when people start streaming it. I think Alex is going to stream it on May 8th. But that also just went live on Bolt's website. But yes, Chris and I both used, yeah, and Chris used it on the Hyper Beige one, I think, which looked great. And I like it on this too. It's nice. I thought the alt alphas looked a little bit better than the standard alphas on this beige, but it is lovely. I can respect the F1. I don't like a board that requires 2 hands to move. What are you talking about? That sounds like a skill issue. Yeah, the Hyper Beige Cyan colorway. It's, listen, I regularly lift a 6-year-old kid, so I got that strength. I got the dad strength. Sam called out. And the last acquisition that I actually have in hand is one that we've also done recently, which is since we're just shills for bowl these days, it's the Pangea Mini Round 2 that we built on stream not that long ago. So this is the most recent board that has come. And I'm waiting on the rest, but yeah, the Pangea Mini Round 2 in the citrus colorway. So lovely. With Mars Cadet. Using the Alu plate. And Alex Odos Obscura switches inside. And it is, yeah, Bowl is making big money moves. I mean, I have not been disappointed by a Bowl thing yet of the 2 of his that he's designed that I've actually used. Well, I've used more than that because I've also used like a prototype that Masters has and stuff like that, but haven't tried the PEI. Yeah, I have a couple extra plates for this as well as a solder PCB, and I haven't done anything else with it, but I also have really been enjoying the Alu. And Bowl on his server today just posted some factory pics of the DCS orange on beige that might look really good with this, but I'll have to see until it comes in how the oranges actually match up, but it could be a really great combo. So, there we are, everybody. Let's give away a keyboard. I powered through, minus the things that I'm going to sell. If you're interested in any of that, feel free to DM me. Maybe we could do maybe we'll do another stream looking through those things. If anyone's interested. I can unpack some of that stuff and we can take a look at all those parts, but don't have time for it right now. But let's give away this keyboard. Let me show it to you. So we've given away 3 sets of switches and some keycaps, and now it is the big one. In this case, not literally big because it is a 60% keyboard, but it will be the big ticket item. This is the Synth Labs Synth 60. It is the Synth 60. I'll just lift it by the rail here. What? So, if you're not familiar with this is for the same folks who helped develop the SLK keycap profile. And this was one of the boards that they worked on. As you can see, the side profile is this really stylish wedge, but it's got a lot of character. It has a rail on top, a lot of internal screw designs. This is the PC plate that it comes with. And one of its most interesting defining features are all of these like fins on the back, which are really cool. One weird thing to bear in mind if you do want to win this, it has a vertical USB port, vertical daughter board in there. So it is custom. I won't be able to replace that if it breaks. It does work though, last I checked. And there also isn't a ton of clearance between these 2 fins, so if you have a giant ass cable, it might not fit. So you may want to bear that in mind. It does come in all silver. So yeah, this is the silver body and then kind of like a shiny rail. And I guess you could also use this portion here and as a pen spot if you really want to, because it is angled, so nothing's going to roll off if you want to have like a little pen rail on your keyboard. But yeah, the silver fins. Okay, I was like, is that a scratch? It's like, no, there's like a little bit of weird, a little bit of sticky foam that's stuck to that part. I'll clean that off, but it is not a scratch. Yeah, very unique, 60% board. So it will come with this. It just has a PC plate and a PCB in here. It looks like it has per key LED. It also has this certificate of authenticity that will come in the case, along with a cable. Looks like A to C. These are some additional gaskets, some additional screws, some more additional screws, one more gasket. Oh, I guess this is your thicker gaskets. I put on the thinner ones, so you could make that decision if you want. Standoffs, and a custom black palm plate from HIBI Keyboards will come with it as well. I'm going to snooze this ad. I don't want an ad right now. So, let's start a giveaway, shall we? Again, you must be a follower to win. For this, I'm going to stick with shipping inside the US only. I know I made an exception for Nana, but that was keycaps. This is a different matter entirely. I think I'm going to stick with that rule. I'm sorry. Feel free to send it to a proxy or a forwarder or something like that. I haven't started it yet. Sorry, Frederick. I will go ahead and start it. Thank you for the reminder. That was just the rules popping up. There you go. 5 minutes. There it has started. So if you want to try that again, Frederick, go for it. Sitting this one out, shipping would cost more than the board. Yeah, exactly. And you will need to help pay for shipping on this, if you don't mind. So feel free to dive in. You have a few minutes here. And we'll, let me put this back in here. So this is August 18th, 2024 is when the certificate of authenticity is dated from Keywork. So yes, dive on in and enter. All you have to be is a follower and ship it to the US somewhere. That's it. The Synth 60. Welcome, Rev and AB Overdrive. Thanks for joining. First-time chatters. Appreciate you being here. It's a free keyboard, not a fan of 60. Yeah, I mean, I would love if it went to somebody who would use it. That would be my preference, but I mean, I'm not gonna like check up on you and make sure you're using it if you win it. So there we go. Got the schmutz off. Free is the best way to learn to love a 60. I'll tell you what, for what it's worth, I did not like 60s either for a long time because I do a lot of design work and I'm using a lot of design software and I, need arrow keys a lot. And rather than needing to, I didn't want to put them on another layer, HHKB style or something like that. Until I learned about like tap dance or mod taps. And was able to, on all of my 60%, use this cluster as arrows when I tap them, and then when I hold them, they operate as the modifiers that they are. So that opened up a whole thing for me of being able to use 60s all the time, because I need my arrow keys for stuff. So that unlocked 60s for me in a big way, and I've loved them ever since. But so bear that in mind. I use FN WASD. I mean, you could, sure, but that's more keys you have to press. So how do you do that in VIA? Maybe DM me. There's a whole thing. There's special codes you can set up in VIA to do that, that I can share with you. It's not as easy as setting up like tap dance or something in Vile. You have to do it a little bit differently. But yeah, there is a way. I'll just have to get all the stuff. HHKB arrows. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing against HHKB arrows. The muscle memory is here, and I don't want to have to use a layer. That's it. It's another bit of laziness, really. All right, we got a little under 2 minutes for this giveaway. Get those tickets in if you want. Exclamation point, gimme. Let me put a couple things away here. We are going a little bit over time, but let me send a text here. Let's see. I'll snooze another ad. Let's get rid of those. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Very cool. We've got about a minute to go. Well, thank you all for being here. While we're going to wrap up this giveaway here in a sec, I really appreciate it. I can't believe that there's over 200 people who are interested in me yapping about keyboards, but it's fun to see. I've loved seeing this little community grow a bit. Hopefully we'll get back into actually building a keyboard next week. I think, yeah, we'll actually show off some of the stuff that I'm planning to sell going forward. That would be good, because I would love to show. I mean, there's some beautiful stuff, just stuff that I've not fallen in love with personally, or haven't been able to get to sound the way I like. Like some of the boards that I showed tonight, like the Capsule, or the Corsa, or the Foundation, like things that I struggled with to get to a place that I liked the sound of, and there's others that I just haven't been able to do that, so I'm looking to part with them. So fun stream, thanks, I really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll do more fun stuff in the future. Oh, is that time? All right, who's going to be the lucky Synth Labs winner? Are we ready? Drum roll. Fissurious, you have won this keyboard. Congratulations. Feel free to DM me on Twitch or Discord. Here's a reminder. This new link should be working. Also, if you want to join the server, feel free, and we will get you sorted for shipping. Well, thanks for the highlight, Frederick. Hope you enjoy it. It will be a lovely time, and I will need to wrap this stream up pretty soon. Let's see who is out there. I know that Patty's probably still streaming, right? She's doing like a 24-hour thing. We got Alex, we got Patty. Oh, a bunch of people still streaming. My goodness. Let's raid Patty, though. She's doing a big sub push right now. So let's support Patty. If I can type correctly. And let me get her pulled up here so I know what's going on. So say hi to Patty. Give her a sub if you want. She's doing cool stuff. I really want to buy some of her ceramics at some point. And I will get all this shipping stuff squared away soon for everybody who won something. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming. Here's to the next 100 followers. We'll do some more fun stuff. Show off some different things. And let me get this raid started. And thanks for coming. And I'll see you out there very soon.